Fantastic Beasts seems to be losing their main characters left and right, partly for some of the comments that the author of the books has made, partly because the actors were, we're gonna say, entangled in courtroom issues in the past. So whatever you do, don't swipe or click away, because here's the real reason these stars are leaving Fantastic Beasts. Number 4. Nagini might not be back. We're gonna start off with the one that's been getting the most controversy lately, and there's a good reason for it. We don't know if J.K. Rowling expected it or not, but the fans sure got furious when they decided to cast the South Korean actress Claudia Kim for the role. They say that an Asian actor playing a snake in a major movie only perpetuates this notion of fetishization of East Asian women. Since the snake is a submissive character and possessed by he whose name shall not be spoken, it only makes matters worse. But then again, we have to say that regardless of who they went with, someone was gonna be unhappy. If they decided to cast a white woman for the role, then the part about submissiveness still remains, so we're talking about walking on eggshells here. Now, Rowling did a fantastic job defending her decision when she went on Twitter and wrote, "The Naga are snake-like mythical creatures of Indonesian mythology, hence the name Nagini." Then she followed that with, "Indonesia comprises a few hundred ethnic groups, including Javanese, Chinese, and Betawi." Now, some would call this an unbeatable argument, but it turns out someone decided to challenge her. The author Amish Tripathi replied, "Actually, at JK_Rowling, the Naga mythology emerged from India. It traveled to Indonesia with the Indic Hindu empires that emerged. There's an early common era with the influence of Indian traders and Rishikas who traveled there. Nagin is a Sanskrit language word." Now, all of that being said, the show doesn't have a lot of representation when it comes to the cast, and this is precisely why the fans have been drilling the movie for this decision. You see, when you have other actors who are part of the BAME, then this wouldn't have been a problem. But when it's only a few actors and actresses, then it becomes an issue because it seems like you're doing it on purpose. Number 3. Colin Farrell. We all know that Colin Farrell was absolutely fly in the role of Percival Graves. Throughout the entire first movie, we got to see an actor incarnate a role so vividly and with such class that it was absolutely devastating when they revealed that it was Grindelwald using his body as a mask. Now, don't get us wrong, we were stoked that they revealed an actor of Johnny Depp's caliber joined the show, but we were also a little sad. When they didn't bring Farrell back in the second movie, it was even worse. In all fairness, he was sort of forced to leave the franchise because he was given a role on another major movie that's coming out in 2022, The Batman. We'll have a bunch of A-list celebrities, and Colin Farrell will be smashing that like button just like you should do if you haven't done so already. But no, in all seriousness, he'll be playing Penguin. Now, since the little debacle with the main character of the show, more on that in a short while, there's an open spot. Now, Colin Farrell might have left the movie before, but there's no reason we shouldn't make Grindelwald change his appearance again. And how classy would it be to see him back in the show? Now, we're not asking for much. We're not suggesting he take on the role completely like in the first movie, that train is long gone, but couldn't Grindelwald need to sneak someplace and use Percival's body as a mask? Hey, we're just putting it out there. Number 2. J.K. Rowling and her controversy. Man, has the author been getting a lot of hate on social media lately. It was partly hated for her comments about the transgender community, and then that lengthy essay she wrote on her personal website only seemed to add fuel to the fire. She talked about how she had been bullied for an accidental like on a tweet, and then she was finished off when she followed a controversial figure in the community. All of this has had a wild backlash from fans as they've been trying to distance themselves from the author. This includes her main cast from the previous franchise, Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Eddie Redmayne. But now you might ask the question, what does that have to do with the actors leaving the movie? Well, it's important to note that Dumbledore is said to have had a romantic relationship and a blood pact with Grindelwald. The blood pact was there, but there was no sign of the romantic relationship anywhere in the previous movie. So this was another controversy the author has been causing. Now, when you cut all of the three, the entire movie might leave the third installment. How so? Well, if the box office tanks because of all this, then there's no way they will allow Rowling to film her fourth and fifth movies, and that would mean no one is coming back anymore. Number 1. Johnny Depp. This is probably the biggest change to the third movie, as Johnny Depp was definitely an irreplaceable addition to the movie. Well, guess irreplaceable means something different in the world of wizards. But you know what? We should have been expecting it since fans were unhappy about Johnny Depp joining the movies from the very get-go. Following all of the problems surrounding the divorce between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, they all parted ways after Johnny Depp lost the first divorce settlement, and as a result of that, he even lost the one against the Sun magazine. All of this was a little too much for the franchise, and that's when Johnny Depp took to his Instagram account to announce the settlement he and Warner Brothers Studios came to. Among other things, the actor stated, "I wish to let you know that I've been asked to resign by Warner Brothers from my role as Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts, and I've respected and agreed to that request." But this was way before the court ruling turned, and this time it was in Johnny Depp's favor. The judge actually recognized that he was innocent and said that Amber Heard was the one who was the abuser in the relationship. The first thing that gave it away must have been the fact that Amber didn't give away all the money she received from divorcing Depp as she had promised. You see, she said that she was going to give all of the $7 million from the divorce, but they suddenly looked sweeter when they hit her bank account. Now the decision was still finalized, and they even found an actor to replace Johnny. Well, we don't know if it's right to say replace. No one can replace Johnny Depp. The man's a legend, but they found an actor that has experience following a role after another talented actor has made a killing. We're talking about Mads Mikkelsen, who actually played Hannibal Lecter on the show Hannibal. As you might remember, Anthony Hopkins absolutely killed in this role, and then Mads did so well that the show received a 92% on the tomato meter. So when we heard he was the one to take over the role, we knew this was gonna be okay. It wasn't great, we weren't thrilled that they sacked Johnny, but it's with someone who knows what they're doing. In one interview, Mads has said that he hasn't met Johnny Depp, so he hasn't had the time to do some serious preparation for the role and take some tips from the previous star. But he did say, "So we've done a few bridges that will allow us to recognize it, but we've also said we have to make it our own. I've been a fan of Johnny Depp since I saw him as a young man, and to try to bring his intensity and his way of doing it into my work is a no-go. I have to find my own because his is unique, and I just have to let that be and find a different path." On a related note, do you think they should bring Depp back now that his name has been cleared? You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.